Back when younger Brian was still in university, he used to come home from his extremely long day of 2 university lectures. And he was really excited because as soon as he got home, he knew it was time to fire up his favorite game, PlanetSide 2. He typically played this game for the rest of the day. Sometimes he racked up 12 to 16 hours in a single day. While he was playing this game, on his second monitor, usually there was a YouTube video of Doug DeMuro doing a car review or some sort of podcast playing. At that same time, he usually had some sort of sugary drink or a packet of sweets on his desk as well. And then he wondered why randomly during the day he would get moments, little feelings of emptiness. Like something wasn't quite right. He would look up into his window at the dark, gloomy sky of England and think this multiple times a day. There is one simple thing you can apply to your life today to make significant strides towards stopping to be a drug addict. And the best part is, you don't even have to stop any of the bad habits that you're currently doing. And that big thing is, start only giving your attention and only doing one thing at a time. Nowadays, we live in an attention economy. Your attention is extremely valuable. And the big problem is, everything wants your attention, which means it's extremely fragmented. This makes it really hard to actually sit down and get any proper work done. There's something called attention residue. Whenever you're doing work, and switch your attention, give your attention to something else, you're not just wasting the time it took to check whatever you wanted to check. You're actually wasting the next 5 or 10 minutes trying to get back into a deeper state of focus that you were in before. The next time you return your attention to your work, after you get distracted by a message or a YouTube video, notice what happens to your attention. For me, it felt almost as if for the next 5 or 10 minutes, I would just daydream and have this brain fog where I couldn't fully get back into the task. I didn't notice this for years, and I used to work with a podcast open or whilst listening to music. And then I would wonder why I didn't get as much work done as I wanted to get done. The funny thing is, focusing on one thing at a time isn't even promoted in professional settings nowadays, like offices. If you're working or have worked in an office in the past few years, you know that basically every place uses instant messaging now. At any second, your manager, your boss can pop up to you and ask a question. And if you don't respond to that question within the next 5 or 10 minutes, your manager might think that you're away from your keyboard, that you're being unproductive, or that you're distracted. But usually it's the opposite that's true. And this is so prevalent nowadays that basically anyone in any 9-to-5 job isn't working in a focused state for the majority of their day. And this makes focusing on just one thing at a time even more valuable for you. Focusing on one thing for an extended period of time without interruptions or distractions is called deep work. And because nobody else is doing deep work, if you do it, you immediately get a massive advantage over everyone else. I noticed that whenever I work deeply, I literally get about 5 to 10 times more work done in that session. So doing this extremely simple thing is enough to literally put you above 99% of your competition. There is one problem with this though, especially if you work for yourself and you do personal projects. You might notice that this break in focus is sometimes automatic. You might not even realize that you open your browser and you click on a YouTube video. And before you know it, 10 minutes have been wasted, and then you have to spend another 10 minutes getting back into focus. But the thing you can do to help combat this is to add this rule into your daily life as well. Stop having a shit and going on TikTok at the same time. Stop eating and watching Netflix at the same time. Stop being on a train and scrolling on your phone. Seriously. Next time you're on a train, put your phone down and notice what everyone else is doing. Often, you literally will not see a single person that's in the present moment. When I started doing this, when I go on a train, it blew my mind. Attaching this habit to your everyday life and not just your work will slowly train your brain to stop trying to go on YouTube all on its own. And hopefully, within a few weeks, you'll just be able to focus on the task at hand and outwork 99% of people. It doesn't just impact your work, it impacts your mental health throughout the day as well. It made my thoughts race a lot less. You know, throughout our day, there's a lot of distractions like negative news, messages from family. All of this stuff takes up mental space in your brain. And if you start focusing on just one thing at a time, like looking at the messages and replying to them, checking your emails and responding to them, doing one task at a time at work, taking a shit without looking at your phone, it allows your brain to almost compartmentalize those tasks. So once you're done with a task, you don't have to think about it anymore. What people usually do is they're working, they notice an email pop up, they notice a notification on their phone, and it's slightly concerning, and for the rest of that work session, they can't focus properly. So give this a go, because it's really simple. You can literally implement it today, and it will put you above 99% of people in terms of focus and getting shit done. And as a very welcome bonus, it will improve your mental health as well. And I'm sure you really want those two things because you've watched this video almost to the end. You're not like other people, you're really ambitious. And if you're anything like me, you have a feeling like something's not quite right. Like you don't belong on the traditional path. Like you want to forge your own way in the world. Like you're made to do more than just to work a 9-to-5 job for the rest of your life. That means me and you are actually very similar. If you've watched this far and you've not seen this channel before, welcome. I'm Brian. I'm a few years into my journey and I've already had some success. I've broke free from my 9-to-5 job and I'm currently living in Thailand, making money online, living my dream life. And I've dedicated this channel to teaching you how to become better in every aspect and sharing the learning lessons that I've learned over the past 3 or 4 years of doing this. So if you found this video helpful and want more like it, subscribe to the channel and I'll see you in the next video, bro.